Hey BuzzReelers, welcome back to the channel. We are finally getting a confirmed release date for Avatar, Fire and Ash. It's been a long time coming, with like 9 delays pushing it back to December 19th, 2025.
December 2025.
But you know what? I think it's going to be worth the wait.
Oh, absolutely. And, those delays weren't just random. The team has been working really hard perfecting some incredible new technology, especially for all those amazing underwater scenes that we know and love. And plus, a story as big as Avatar takes time to really flesh out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we got a glimpse of that underwater magic in The Way of Water, and I think it's safe to say that it blew everyone away. But what we're really excited about is the introduction of a brand new Na'vi clan, the Ash People.
Ooh, yeah. This is where it's really interesting. So instead of like the lush rainforests and the oceans that we've seen, these guys live in a volcanic region of Pandora. So think fiery landscapes, molten rivers. It's a whole different vibe than what we're used to.
It's like a whole new layer of Pandora that we're about to uncover. And these Ash People, they're described as fierce and independent.
Yeah.
With their own unique connection to Eywa and Pandora's energy.
What's really cool is how their environment might have shaped their culture and their beliefs. We've seen how the forest and the ocean Na'vi have different ways of life. So the Ash People are bound to bring something totally new to the table.
For sure. And that makes you think, like, are they going to be allies to Jake and Neytiri? Or will their values clash? Will they hold the key to some hidden knowledge about Pandora? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Lots of questions.
Lots of questions.
Yeah, and we also have some familiar faces returning to the screen. We've got Sam Worthington back as Jake, Zoe Saldana as Neytiri, and Sigourney Weaver is returning as Kiri, which is a whole other mystery that we need to unpack later.
Oh, yeah. Wait, hold it. Did you say Stephen Lang is back as Colonel Miles Quaritch?
I thought.
He died in the first movie.
He did. But it seems death isn't always the end on Pandora, so he's been brought back in a Na'vi body. They call it a recombinant. So, yeah, talk about blurring the lines.
A Na'vi Quaritch. That's creepy and intriguing all at the same time. I mean, what is his agenda this time around? Is he still the villain? Or has his perspective shifted now that he's like part of Pandora's ecosystem?
Right. It's definitely a game changer. Just imagine a villain who can now move among the Na'vi. Understand their customs, maybe even manipulate them. It really raises the stakes for Jake and everyone else fighting to protect Pandora.
Oh, for sure. And on top of all of that, we've got some incredible new additions to the cast. Kate Winslet joins the adventure as Ronald, a freediver from the Metcalfeina clan. And Cliff Curtis returns as her mate Tanawari, the clan leader.
Oh, yeah.
Murder them from The Way of Water.
Of course. They're such compelling characters, and I think their roles are going to be even bigger in this film.
Okay.
And then there's Yuna Chaplin, who is playing Varang, the leader of the Ash People.
Oh!
That's a name that commands attention. Very, very cool. It is. It sounds powerful, mysterious, maybe even a little dangerous, just what we'd expect from the leader of a volcanic clan.
Right. And we're also excited to see the return of Giovanni Ribisi as Parker Selfridge, Edie Falco as General Ardmore, and Jermaine Clement as Dr. Ian Garvin.
Yeah. It's so great to see that continuity, It feels like we're catching up with old friends while embarking on this brand new adventure. And with James Cameron at the helm, you just know this isn't just a sequel. It's a cinematic revolution.
Oh, absolutely. This guy is all about pushing the boundaries of filmmaking. I mean, just think about those underwater scenes in The Way of Water. Like, it was incredible.
I know.
Well, get ready, because the tech they're using for Fire and Ash takes it to a whole new level.
Oh, yeah. They've been working on this for years, developing new techniques and equipment to capture performance, capture underwater. I mean, just imagine the challenges, the movement, the lighting, the sheer physicality of it all.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And to achieve that level of realism, the actors had to train with world-renowned freedivers, learning to control their breathing and move gracefully in a completely foreign environment.
Yeah. It's that level of dedication that sets Cameron's films apart. He doesn't just imagine these worlds, he builds them, both on screen and behind the scenes.
Oh, sure.
And a big part of that comes from filming in New Zealand. I mean, their landscapes are perfect for Pandora, and their film industry expertise is just top-notch.
Yeah. It's no wonder that Avatar, Fire and Ash is shaping up to be one of the most expensive films ever made.
Yeah.
And that's not even counting the visual effects wizards at Weta Digital, who have been tirelessly creating the stunning landscapes and creatures that bring Pandora to life.
Absolutely. They are masters of their craft. Cameron's vision combined with Weta Digital's expertise, it's like a recipe for pure cinematic magic.
Oh.
And from what we've heard, Fire and Ash is going to showcase a whole new level of diversity in Pandora's ecosystems and cultures.
So buzzreelers, are you as hyped as we are for Avatar, Fire and Ash? We've got fiery landscapes, a mysterious new Na'vi clan, returning favorites, mind-blowing technology, and a story that's sure to be epic. I don't know about you, but I am so excited.
Me too. I can't wait.
I can't wait. December 2025 cannot come soon enough.
You know, it really feels like Fire and Ash is going to be like a turning point in the Avatar saga.
Okay.
We've seen like the strength of the forest Na'vi, the resilience of the ocean Na'vi, and now the Ash people are entering the picture. And each clan has this unique connection to Eywa and their environment.
Right.
It makes you wonder how the Ash people will like wield that power.
Exactly. And with their volcanic environment, their connection to Eywa must be totally different. It's like fire versus water, like a clash of elements that could really shake things up on Pandora.
Yeah. And that's what makes them such wild cards. Will they see Jake and Neytiri as allies? Or will they view them as a threat to their way of life? You know, it's going to be fascinating to see how their beliefs and motives play out in this film.
Yeah. It really makes you think about like how we understand the Na'vi. You know, we've always seen them as peaceful, connected to nature. But the Ash people, living in this harsh, volatile landscape, they could have a very different perspective.
Right.
Maybe they're more guarded, more territorial, more willing to fight for what they believe in.
Yeah. It's almost like Cameron is challenging our assumptions about them. Like, are the Na'vi a monolithic culture? Or are they more complex and diverse than we even imagined?
Yeah, and let's not forget about the human factor. You know, the RDA is still out there, trying to exploit Pandora for its resources.
Yeah.
How will the Ash people react to that?
Yeah.
Will they be drawn into the conflict? Or will they try to stay neutral?
And with Quaritch back in the picture, things are about to get really interesting.
Right.
You know, he's not just a human antagonist anymore. He's a Na'vi recombinant. He can understand their customs, their weaknesses. He could manipulate them, turn them against each other.
A naughty Quaritch is a whole new level of terrifying. He could be a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
Using their trust against them.
Right.
This could be the ultimate test of Jake's leadership, his ability to unite the different clans against a common enemy.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting how Quaritch's transformation reflects one of the core themes of the Avatar series.
Okay.
Transformation itself. Like, transformed from a human soldier into a Na'vi leader. And now Quaritch is on his own transformation journey. What will that mean for him? For Pandora?
It makes you wonder if he's still driven by the same motives or if something within him has changed. And then there's Kiri, who's also going through an incredible transformation. You know, we saw her deep connection to Eywa in the way of water, and I have a feeling her role is going to be pretty pivotal in Fire and Ash.
Oh, absolutely. She's like this wild card, this powerful force of nature with a connection to Eywa that we're only beginning to understand.
Right.
Will she use her abilities to help Jake and Neytiri, or will Quaritch try to exploit her powers for his own gain?
This is what makes Avatar so captivating. It's not just about the action and the special effects. It's about the characters, their journeys, and the choices that they make.
Right.
And Cameron always throws in those unexpected twists and turns that keep you guessing. Like, remember how The Way of Water surprised us at every corner? I have no doubt that Fire and Ash will be no different.
Yeah, I totally agree. Speaking of surprises, let's get back to the technology for a moment.
Yeah.
You mentioned that Cameron's taking the underwater performance capture to a whole new level. It's hard to imagine how they could top The Way of Water.
I know.
But they've been developing this tech for years, and they're obsessed with realism.
Yeah. They've invented new camera systems, lighting rigs, even like special suits for the actors to wear underwater. Yeah. And those actors had to go through some intense training regimens, working with professional freedivers to hold their breath for extended periods and move with grace and agility.
Just think about the challenges they faced. The water pressure, the limited visibility, the sheer difficulty of like acting while holding your breath. They had to create a whole new way of performing.
Yeah.
And it's going to show on screen.
The underwater scenes in The Way of Water were breathtaking. But I have a feeling that Fire and Ash is going to blow us away with even more realism and detail. It's going to be like diving into Pandora's oceans ourselves.
And those underwater scenes aren't just about spectacle. They're about showcasing the interconnectedness of Pandora's ecosystems, how everything is linked to Eywa. It's a visual metaphor for the delicate balance of life.
And that's like one of the core messages of the Avatar series, isn't it?
Yeah.
The importance of respecting nature, understanding our place in the web of life. It's a pretty timely message. especially given all the environmental challenges that we're facing in our own world.
Exactly. It's like Cameron is holding up a mirror to humanity, showing us the consequences of greed and exploitation and the beauty that can exist when we live in harmony with nature.
And Avatar doesn't shy away from showcasing the diversity of life on Pandora, both in terms of species and cultures. We've seen the forest Na'vi, the ocean Na'vi, and now the Ash people, each with their unique customs and beliefs.
Yeah, it's a celebration of difference, like a reminder that our world is enriched by the variety of cultures and perspectives that exist within it. And it's a really powerful message,
Right.
especially in a world that often feels so divided and polarized.
Yeah. Avatar really does have a way of touching on these profound themes without feeling preachy or heavy-handed. It's woven into the fabric of the story,
Yeah,
the characters,
right.
and the world itself.
Right.
And that's what makes these films so special. They're entertaining, they're thought-provoking, and they're visually stunning all at the same time.
And they spark conversation, like we can talk about the technology, the characters, the environmental themes, and then we start to think about how those themes relate to our own lives, our own choices.
It's amazing how a film can have such a profound impact.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the Ash people, the returning characters, the groundbreaking technology, and the deeper themes of Avatar, Fire, and Ash. But before we wrap up, I have one last question for you. So we've been geeking out over all the details. But what are you personally most excited to see in Avatar, Fire, and Ash?
That's a tough one. There's so much to look forward to, but honestly, I can't wait to see those volcanic regions of Pandora. You know, we've seen the rainforests, the coral reefs, but this is like uncharted territory. What kind of creatures will we find there? How do the Ash people live in that landscape? It's going to be incredible.
I'm with you on that. Like, volcanoes are just so mesmerizing. Like, they're both beautiful and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
And knowing James Cameron, he's going to capture that duality in a way that's just visually stunning.
Oh, for sure.
I'm imagining these epic landscapes, molten rivers, maybe even some crazy fire creatures we've never seen before.
Yeah. It's going to be mind-blowing. And beyond the visuals, I'm really intrigued by the Ash people themselves.
Yeah.
You know, what role will they play in the fight for Pandora? Will they side with Jake and Neytiri? Or will they forge their own path? They're a complete wild card.
Right.
And that's what makes them so exciting.
I totally agree. They could have some ancient knowledge, some untapped power that changes everything. I'm also really curious to see how Kiri's story unfolds. She's clearly a force to be reckoned with, and her connection to Eywa is unlike anything we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Maybe she can bridge the gap between the different Na'vi clans, including the Ash people.
Ooh, that's a good point. You know, it all comes back to the heart of Avatar. It's not just about the big battles and the amazing visual. It's about connection, understanding, finding harmony in a world that's constantly trying to tear us apart.
Avatar is more than just a movie at this point. It's an experience, a journey that sticks with you.
For sure.
And with Fire and Ash, it feels like we're about to embark on the most epic chapter yet. December 2025 seriously cannot come soon enough.
We're counting down the days. But in the meantime, we want to hear from you, BuzzReelers. What are you most excited to see in Avatar, Fire, and Ash? Drop your thoughts, your theories, your predictions down in the comments below. We're dying to know.
That's right. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of Avatar, Fire, and Ash. We'll be back with more Avatar news and analysis as we get closer to the release date. Until then, keep exploring Pandora in your dreams.
And remember, Ewangahu.
See you next time, BuzzReelers.